Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Brianna, and today I'm sharing with you guys my September TBR. Now, this month is the month I go back to school, so it's going to be very hectic, especially because I am a high school senior and I'm trying to apply to colleges, so it's going to be a little crazy for me. I do have first period off, which is great, so I'll definitely be getting some reading done that period, but we'll see. Now, I want to talk about my August wrap-up. I decided by this time you'll be wondering why it's not up, and I decided I'm not going to film one. I did read 30 books in August, and I didn't expect to read that much, so I do have a Goodreads, and I use it pretty much every day. So if you want to know what I read, the description to my Goodreads is down below, so I would go check it out. If you have any questions about any certain books, or if you want recommendations, definitely comment in the description down below. But yeah, so I just didn't want the video to be super boring and just me rambling on about 30 books, and you guys probably wouldn't care, but it was just a lot for me, and plus half of them were library books, so I had to return them. But whole nother story. So now, since it's September, it's a whole new month, I'm kind of contemporary out, so I really am into the fantasy type of mood right now, and I don't know how much I'm gonna read. I plan to read 5 to 10, but 10 is a lot because even though I read fast, it's still school. So I really don't know what I'm gonna read. These books are just books that I may or may not read. I don't know how I feel yet, so we'll see. But I wanted to start off with a book that I read already and a book that I'm currently reading. So the book that I read is Lucky in Love by Casey West. It follows a girl who entered the lottery and she won, and it's about all the consequences that happen because of what she spends it on. And this is probably one of my least favorite Casey West books, next to By Your Side. I just wasn't a fan of it. I really didn't connect with the girl's character because I just didn't like how she was spending her money, and I think that's why I was turned off a little. But I did finish it. I gave it a 3 out of 5. If you have questions about it, just type a comment out. The next book I'm currently reading is Invictus by Ryan Graudin. Oh my god, sorry guys, my bookmark. But this is it's described as a sci-fi, but to me it's just like a futuristic book, I guess. And it's primarily focuses on time travel. And I'm loving it so far. I didn't really think I would love it as much as I am, but it's described as Doctor Who meets Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm not really going to tell you too much so far because I'm only about 160 pages in. And this is the arc. The actual book comes out September 25th, 2017. It's either the 18th or the 25th. I don't know which day, but I definitely recommend it. It's really good, and I love the cover, guys. These types of covers are my favorites. So now I'm going to get into my possible TBR. I'm probably going to change books around. I don't know what I'm feeling right now, so we'll see, but I'm definitely going to include a lot of fantasy this month, YA. The first book is Ruined by Amy Tintera. This is the first book of a series. It's about a girl whose parents were brutally killed and her sister was kidnapped. So she decides she's going to pretend to be the princess that is engaged to the prince, and she's going to infiltrate the castle and kind of get her revenge and try and find her sister at the same time. This book seems really interesting, especially since it's a fantasy and I'm in that type of mood, but we'll see how I feel about it at the end. I don't know how many books are going to be in this series. I know the next book is Avenged, and I think there's a third book, but don't quote me on that. So I'm really interested in this book, and it is pretty short too, so hopefully I'll get through it. The next couple books I have are the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J Maas. I've been really bad and I haven't reread all of these books because the 6th book is coming out September 5th, and it's Kale's novel. If you don't know Kale, I can't really talk about it as much. I definitely recommend these books. These are awesome. But I really need to reread everything so I can immerse myself in the world, and then I can read Kale's novel. Kale's novel takes place at the same time as the last book of the series, right here, Empire of Storms, if you guys can see that. But I'm hoping to read the first 3, which is really a stretch for me, but we'll see if I can get through them because I really want to read Kale's novel. So the first book here is the novellas, and I like to read them before I read the series. just because you want to read them before Heir of Fire, because it talks a lot about characters in here. So this is The Assassin's Blade. These are the novellas. Ooh, wrong book. The first book of the series is Throne of Glass, and the second book is Crown of Midnight. I love these books. Throne of Glass is forever my favorite, and I actually got it signed by her because I did meet her in 2014, and I love her. She's so amazing. She's so nice. I do recommend these books. These are high YA fantasy, so it's a lot of fantasy, guys. If you like it, you like it. It's about a girl named Selena Sardathian, who is a infamous assassin in this realm, and people don't really know that she's, one, a woman, or two, she's so young, so it's kind of like a mystery. She starts off this book in a death camp, and she has to work until she dies, and all of a sudden the prince shows up, the prince of the, I guess, the empire where she's at right now, and he says that my father wants you to compete in this trial, and if you win, you can be the king's champion, and that's like his main assassin, and you have to do his work for a certain amount of years, and then you get your freedom, and she just really wants her freedom. So that's pretty much the emphasis of this book, and it continues on. It's a great series. I love reading it. I definitely recommend Sarah J. Maas. I'm gonna put those back right here. They're out of order, but I'll fix them later. The next three books I have, they are YA contemporaries, and the only reason I picked them is because it's football season, and these are football books, and I love football. I'm into NFL and college football, and I do like high school football, but I live up north, so it's not really as big as it is down south, unfortunately. But I'm going to hopefully read the Field Party series by Abby Glines. I've read the first two already, and the third book just came out in August, and I'm super excited. The first book is Until Friday Night. The second book is Under the Lights, and the third book is After the Game. These follow kids in Alabama who are high school, and the guys are on the football team, and it's all about real life stories. The first book follows Brady, I think his name is. No, not Brady. That's the second book. West. And West's father has cancer, so he doesn't tell anyone on his team. So he's dealing with that by himself. And then a girl named Maggie, who witnessed her, her father murder her mother, comes to school. And I think she's a selective mute. I don't really understand, but I think she only talks to West. I don't fully remember, but they kind of have a connection, and it's all about that and their relationship grow. And I really love these books. Abby Glines is amazing, and I love any book set in the South, so I'm definitely going to try and read these this month, especially since it's football season. The next two books I have are Deity and Apollyon by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the third book, and this is the fourth book of the Covenant series. I really want to read these because I read the first and the second book and the novella last month in August, and these were really great. I describe them as supernatural, paranormal fantasy, so they are really good. I can't tell you too much about them because I'm really bad at descriptions, but you can see what I thought of them in my Goodreads if you really want. But it follows Half-Bloods, Purebloods, and Damians, and it's all about that. And I think they're high school age. They're about 16, 17 in these books, so I really enjoyed them. And Jennifer Armentrout is such an amazing writer. I haven't read a book by her that I haven't liked. So the next book, I don't know if I'll get to, but it's Listen to Me by Kristen Proby. This is a new adult romance, and I just picked it up because it's really short, and I may be in a reading slump, so I may have read too much fantasy, I don't know. So this is here. Again, guys, I don't really know what specifically I'm reading this month, but I'm hoping to read these books. This is about a rock star and a girl who I think was friends with him, or like she liked him when he was younger. I don't really know the whole premises of it, but again, it's new adult. I love new adult. The next book I have is Long May She Reign by Rhianna Thomas. This is a YA fantasy. Again, that's my theme this month. It's about a girl who is 23rd in line for the throne, and she'd rather be in her laboratory and doing like science things, and all of a sudden everyone in front of her, ahead of her in line, and the king and the queen are poisoned and they die. So she has to step up and she has to become queen, and it's very like deceitful because people don't like her, they don't agree with her, and someone is trying to kill her and get her off the throne. So it is like a mystery fantasy, which is really cool, and I love Rhiannon Thomas's writing, so I'm very interested in picking this book up, and I'm not saying definitely, but probably I'll pick it up this month, but we'll see. And the last book I have here is The Winner's Curse by Marie Rutowski. I read this when it first came out, and I think that was 2014 or 2015, and I loved it. It's about a girl who wants to be in the military, but her dad doesn't want her to be in the military. He wants to get married, and I guess girls in this age only have the one choice to get married. So she's very adamant against that, and she doesn't want to get married, and she wants to be in the military, but her dad's not really into that. It's very like futuristic, kind of dystopian, not really dystopian, but I guess. And they have slaves, so I think she goes to the slave market one day and she buys a slave, and they kind of have like a really good relationship, but obviously he's a slave and he wants to escape, and it's like a whole rebellion thing, and I loved it. I don't know why I didn't pick up the second and the third book, because it's a trilogy, but I am going to be picking it up soon because I really enjoyed this first book. So I kind of want to reread it because I'm in the mood for it, and a lot of people have been reading it lately, so I'm definitely going to give that a shot. So that's all for my September TBR. I hope you guys liked it, and if you have any recommendations, definitely leave it down below. September is going to be a hectic month, so hopefully I can get videos up in September. I'll probably pre-film a lot, so if you guys see me wearing the same outfit, don't be alarmed because it's just pre-filming videos. I hope you guys liked this video and give it a thumbs up if you did. That's it, guys. Bye!